Probably one of the bigger league winners in fantasy football 2025, week number 9 on, is maybe this man right here. I also think that Travis Etienne holds a lot of that similar appeal and value. Neither one is absent of risk. Neither one is a guaranteed lock to be running back one material in fantasy football go forward. No. There aren't a lot of locks in fantasy football right now. There's injuries and busts, and the top 40 overall, I'm going to do a video on it, is asinine. Flipped upside down, raptured from the NFL. So much bad has happened this year. The worst season we've seen in NFL and fantasy football history in terms of busting players with high expectations and injuries of players with high expectations. Top 40 players getting picked off left and right with injury, or running backs like Scadaboo who rise up into the top 40 get plucked from us. Even that, we can't have nice things. We can't. But Rico Dowdle might be a nice thing. And Travis Etienne, why is there reason and hope to buy into this guy? I'll caveat this from the jump. You need to have Tootin. There's no Etienne. Oh, I'll trade for Etienne. Smitty, I did what you said. I don't have Tootin though. That's on you. You're not listening to Smitty. You're hearing him, but you're certainly not listening to him. Dowdle, Etienne. Dare I say quiet. Shh. Quiet, league winners.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Let's start off with the Dowdle man, the Dowdlenator. This guy is an absolute monster. The Dowdle monster. His coach, Dave Canales, said that this running back is now going to be his starter again. That Chuba Hubbard he meant a lot to this team. And he means a lot. Chuba Hubbard has meant a lot. What about means a lot? Does he mean a lot? I don't think he means a lot to this team. It's now mental. We got the alerts back, by the way. Thank you, Austin. I'll answer super chats in order in which they're received here in a second. But this coach has said, we wanted to give Chuba an opportunity following the calf injury, and they did. But we can't ignore the fact that Rico Dowdle, a.k.a. Uncle Rico, has been exceptional, and that it's time to ignite the flame. It's time to reinitiate Plan Rico. Uncle Rico. Get Uncle Rico back in the saddle as the number one running back. Now, the reason this is such an important show is because a lot of you are sitting here trying to make heads and tails of your season. A lot of you are sitting here with a 3 or 4 win record. Not everybody. I mean, there's a lot of people dominating that watch this channel. But the thing is, we all play 4, 5, 6 leagues, right? So we all have a league we're dominating. We all have a league that we're doing okay in. We all have a league that we're doing very bad in. So essentially, when I speak to a lot of you out there that have this situation, it doesn't mean it's your only situation, but we play in so many leagues now. We almost all certainly have a team that is drowning right now with all the injuries and busts. There's no way people I play in 8 leagues and I'm 7 wins in all of them. You've got at least one league where you're 1, 2, 3, 4 wins minimum. One league that's that bad, and I'm speaking to you. Get some on my finger there. I got marker all over it. I'm picking up pieces of paper. I'm speaking to you. I'm speaking to what's on my finger. Okay, so here we are discussing the options on the table for you. You've got 3 wins. You've got 2 wins. You've got 5 wins. Whatever the case may be. You're not 7-win Sammy. You're not 6-win Sally. You're barely even 5-win Freddie if you're even that. You're 4 wins or less. What do? Who's your best wide receiver? Do you have a wide receiver maybe named? And before I erase this waiver board, let me take a screenshot of it, and then I'll show it to you again real quickly. so that we can potentially, let me see. Actually, I'll put it on screen and I'll screen grab it like this. This is the waiver board for week number 9. Let me grab a screenshot of it so we can pull it up later. This has been revamped since the original. We'll grab this right here and put it up on screen. This has been enhanced since the original drop. So here we go. Week 9. Okay, there it is. So now we can erase this. And now we can dig into, oh, Tyler's here. Tyler, you do a lot of trash talking. And then you act like you didn't do it. You act like you did. Tyler, you were in the comments of multiple videos and multiple comments during Mahomes and Rashee Rice's first quarter and second quarter of Monday night's game. And you said, I guess Smitty was wrong about Rashee Rice. I guess Smitty needs to rethink his Mahomes and Rashee Rice predictions. We were 2 quarters into the game, and Tyler, you were changing your pants. You were changing your drawers, bro. You were having a panic attack. And you were literally saying Smitty's been wrong about Rashee Rice. You were absolutely having a panic attack, Tyler. Over and over, multiple comments. Smitty's wrong about Rice. Looks like Smitty's got to reevaluate some things. Looks like Smitty better go ahead and do this or that. I think Smitty might be done. I think they might have put a fork in Smitty. Tyler, you were going crazy in the chat. And now you just come in and say, $5 holler, who would you drop for a kicker? Rachaad White or Jordan Mason? That's it? That's it? No, hey, Smitty, sorry about that. I was on a little bender. You know, hey, Smitty, I had a little sip of Grandpa's cough medicine. We went a little crazy on it. Nothing? No, I'm sorry, Smitty. No, I'm wrong, Smitty. Smitty, didn't mean to blast several of your videos and comments after 2 quarters of play and trash Mahomes and Rice. I'm just asking for a little clarity, Tyler, just a little bit. And to answer your question, I'd probably drop Jordan Mason because at least White is still going to get work potentially if something goes awry. Mason's in a sharing situation just like White would be. I don't know. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong. I was wrong. Maybe I was. What do you mean maybe you were wrong? What do you mean maybe you were wrong? Rice exploded, my boy. He exploded. I smell meatloaf. Mother meatloaf. QB1, Tyler, I don't think you might have been wrong. I think you were wrong, pal. I think you were wrong. It's okay. We'll let it slide. Where did I go? Did I go to this screen? Where was I at? Where was I? Oh, I was at this view. Okay. Tyler, so I don't know. I guess I'd drop Jordan Mason at this point in time. I think it's a pretty big crapshoot at this point. All right. Thank you for the super chat, Tyler. Let me know if you have any more Rice negativity you'd like to spread, or Patrick Mahomes or Smitty negativity. That's okay. All right. Let's get into this. Let's say you are a 3-win or 4-win or less team, 2-win, whatever the case may be, or less. And you're sitting here looking at a St. Brown. And are we out of this? Is this pen done already? We write so much on this board. This pen is almost as sporadic as Tyler's Mahomes and Rice comments. Okay, so Brown. Looks like there's a little bit left in the pen. Kind of like Rashee Rice. Looks like Rashee Rice. He's got a little bit left in the tank. St. Brown for 2 players. One of them needs to be Uncle Rico. That is your saving grace. You own St. Brown. You've got 2, 3, 4 wins. There's your move. You own Nico Collins. I know he's coming off an injury, but he's bye week free and people know who he is. Nico for Rico and an extra player. Maybe you're sitting there with a potential, let's see, of a couple players that might fit the bill for this. If I'm just trying to linger around the running back stable here and just say, let's say you've got an RB like, I mean, let's go back to CMC. Let's say you have CMC and right now you can get Uncle Rico. Getting Rico for CMC No one's suggesting you stop there. What wide receiver can you get if you pull off this kind of maneuver? Easily a Lamb. Easily a JJ. And JJ, Rico, and probably something. You probably get a third player if this is JJ the way JJ's playing. If you get a let's call it let's say you trade CMC for Rice and Rico. Let's say you trade CMC. We kind of have to stop there. It's really Nakua, JSN, JJ, Lamb, Jamar Chase, neighbors, Rice. If you were to go with like a London, let's say, who's got his bye week out of the way, Rico, you need a third player there. This is going to be something where you're getting a Tyler Warren. You're getting a wide receiver of the likes of Rome Odunze. So Odunze. You're getting something crazy like that. Rome. Let me write Rome. You could probably see Rome better. Rome, Rico, London. And let's say you're not trading CMC. CMC, honestly, the perfect trade for him is Lamb. I would leave it at that. Lamb and a player. Hopefully that's Rico. Who does the Rico owner have? That's going to obviously depend a lot. But I'd actually lean Lamb in something more than I would lean Rico in something if CMC's involved. If this is, let's say you've got a wide receiver like Jamar Chase and you have 3 wins. You can't keep him. Unfortunately, you aren't doing him justice. You aren't winning. What in the hell you've been doing? Injuries, whatever the case may be. You're taking Jamar Chase. You're turning him into 2 players, one of them being Rico. Who does the Rico owner have? Let's say they have Rice. Boom, perfect. Let's say they have JJ. Perfect. Let's say they have JSN. Probably not going to get that, but you can certainly try. Let's say they have, man, JJ's the perfect player. It's just going to depend on who, if you're starting to do a player that level, it's going to be very slim pickings, but it's certainly possible. I see it all the time. Let's say it's a step down. Let's say the player that's in question here is, let's go RB again. Let's say you have a, let's say you have I'm hesitant to use this player here. Let's say you have a James Cook. You've gotten all the points Cook scored. You've gotten all of those. You're not giving those away. I'm not saying Cook won't still thrive, but Cook's probably going to have a little bit lesser of an outing the next couple games that he just had, but he'd still be very good. If you were to get Rico, Uncle Rico, and let's say you went and got a receiver, I'm trying to think if we could even get to a level where if it's London, who would take a London and Rico for James Cook? Would anybody do that? Do we need to add another piece? And if it was another piece, what would it be? Would you do Rome? Would anybody do this 2 for 1? Would anybody do this 3 for 1? Something along those lines. Please vote on this in the chat. Would anybody take, if it was a do or die situation, you had 2 wins, you had 3 wins, would you take London, bye week free, and Uncle Rico for Cook, or would you rather keep Cook? And keep in mind, you're losing in this scenario. Do the 3 for 1. Okay, so you're probably asking for more. You're probably commanding more. Basically, asking the audience is telling you what the fair market value is. That's essentially what we're doing. I would, but keep Cook. 3 and 1. Do the 3 for 1. All right, so you're looking for something probably a little more complex. If London wasn't involved, let's say it's a weird... Let's say it's Bowers, Rico, and Adams. Would anybody, first of all, we'll do Cook first. At 2 wins, 3 wins, are you trading Cook for Bowers, Rico, and Adams? Vote on that. Let's see what you guys vote here. The other thing you could do is that, let's say you had Barkley, you've been sitting on Barkley. It's possible you could trade Barkley for Bowers and Rico. Adams, maybe. Maybe you trade that London. You get that London and Rico for Barkley. Maybe you're trading Kyron Williams off the bye, which it sucks to do that, but if you can get an advantageous situation going on here, like a London Rico, that makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. Maybe it's Rome, Rico, and like a laddie boy. Maybe it's Rome, Rico for Kyron. You get Harvey thrown in. You get a Henderson thrown in. Maybe you do something like this. Kyron for Rico and Lamar. Maybe you trade James Cook for Lamar and Rico, and you have no quarterback. These are all very, very lucrative moves. If you're getting running back one, even if it's low-end running back one value out of Rico, and you get a top 2 or 3 scoring quarterback, and you're decimated at the position, Lamar becomes a great anchor. So it really just comes down to, if we're trying to do a Rico deal, who's the Rico owner have? Do they have any combination of what I've showed you? Lamar, Bowers, Tyler Warren, Rome Odunze, Devontae Adams, Drake London, Rashee Rice, Ladd McConkey. What are these what does the owner of Rico have that I've spouted out? Bucky, Rico, you could do some sort of double trade. Sure. Running back. Let's say you're trading James Cook for Bucky and Rico. I would do that. I'd take Bucky and Rico if I've got 2 wins and it isn't working. If I've got 3 wins and it isn't working. Now, let me tell you this. If you've got 6 wins or 7 wins and you got James Cook, you're probably standing down. If you got 6 to 7 wins and you've got JSN, you're probably standing down. You've got Jamar Chase and you have 6 or 7 wins, you're probably standing down. No trade, you're 6 to 7 wins. What in the hell would you even make a trade for? Why try and fix what isn't broken? Now, over to the man known as Etienne. We've talked about this guy over the last handful of days, especially, but really even over a little bit over a week, that if you can get him and Tootin together, and you really do need both of them. If you come to me and say, Smitty, I did what you said. I got Etienne, but I couldn't get Tootin, then you didn't do what I said. You didn't do what I said. You literally didn't. You did half of what I said, and half of what I said isn't going to be advantageous for you. Week number 1. This is Etienne. Week number 1. Running back 6. He played Carolina. Easy situation. Cincinnati, he was running back 14. That's Cincy. Week number 3. Running back 21. And that was Houston. Week number 4. Running back 13. And that was against San Francisco. The easy matchups I will circle. The tough matchups I will not. Week number 5. KC. KC. That was a tough matchup. On paper, at least. Running back 30. Week number 6. Running back 19. And that was Seattle. Week number 7. Running back 34. It's looking bad. It does look bad. 34. That was LAR. Week number 8. Bye week. Well rested. Week number 9, 10. It's LV. Which it kind of looks bad on paper. But they're going to be a decent matchup for him. Then he's got Houston. That's horrible again. So there is a world where this doesn't necessarily pay dividends till week 11 where he gets the Chargers. Week 12, AZ's kind of a mixed bag. Remember, this is a guy that can receive the ball. Then you got Tennessee. Indy's kind of rough. Then you got the Jets. So it's kind of a on and off again. This is pretty bad. 6, 14, 21, 13, 30, 19, 34. Here's the thing I like about Etienne. With BTJ injured, with everything being kind of jostled around over in Jacksonville, given the bye week, given the fact that this here hurts, 6, 14, 21, 13, 30, this is crazy. Like, I'm almost wondering if this is correct. He only has 3 games where he's in the top 15, and only 1 is a top 10 running back game, which is this running back 6 in week 1. The thing is, he's practically free now. And if you have Tootin, and you can put Tootin and Etienne together, I believe in this rushing attack going forward. I believe that they'll throw to the running back. I believe that BTJ being injured and kind of not relevant as much as we want right now makes this running back option a must in terms of target share. And therefore, having the duo as a very cheap RB2, if that allows you to beef up your wide receiver 2, let's say, and move that up, you've got an amazing wide receiver 1, that's on check. You've got a wide receiver 2 you can beef up by going and getting Etienne. Let's say you're trading a player like, let's call it, it's so crazy because we have so much good and then not a lot in between. It's wild when you take a gander at, let's say you take a DK Metcalf and you turn him into Etienne and something. Etienne is not even much of a piece of weight on this side of the scale. This is practically a free player. So who can we go get with DK? You take a look at the players and you say, well, is Pickens undervalued? I love Pickens and Etienne. Let's say this isn't DK. Let's say this is a player like potentially AJB, who's injured, but obviously he played well his last game played. This is a player, and Pickens, I think, can rival AJB, and I get a free Etienne. The schedule is not great. It's hit and miss for Etienne, but there are some good matchups in there. And again, I think they give him a real solid shot at trying to retain this job. And if not, Tootin will come in and explode. You need both of them. But this comparison here, having Pickens be able to hang with AJB is a secret weapon. This is a nice maneuver to get this running back. Look, beggars can't be choosers. If you've got no RB2, this is what you got to look at. You got to look at these kinds of moves. AJB for even a lad McConkey, a laddie boy, and an Etienne. You have Tootin. This is a better option than having just AJB in your lineup. Another player might be, let's call it, it's so tough because it literally is such a cutoff. You could trade straight across Ted McMillan for Etienne if you need a running back. You could trade straight across BTJ injured if you need a running back. You could trade straight across potentially moving a Devontae Smith and a player like Monty or whatever to get an Etienne, and then you slip in a wide receiver like J-Mo, who everybody hates right now. And I told you not to draft him, but there's a real good underlying sleeper protected in value that if St. Brown ever went down, he'd go to the moon. But even so, I think he'll start turning it on down the stretch. Another wide receiver you could potentially get. A lot of people are down on him because J.J. McCarthy's coming back, but Jordan Addison would be also another player you could potentially do. And if this isn't Monty, let's say this is a running back like, let me see if I can find an RB that fits the bill here. Someone like Jaylen Warren, who I don't have a whole lot of faith in the team using him properly. This kind of move would be great. Etienne involved. And then if this is not Addison, just use your imagination, even if I leave this blank, just so you can see the way that I'm trying to operate this. Devontae Smith and Jaylen Warren for Etienne, and you have Tootin already. You go get Tootin and something. If this isn't Jaylen Warren, it's Devontae Smith and probably a player along the lines of Kamara. And the strength of this player, or this player, if we swap them out, determines the ability to get a bigger name here. But if I had to narrow this down, I do very, very much like the idea of getting. I do. If I had to narrow this down, though, we're gonna make this show about Rico. Uncle Rico is the man of the hour. Uncle Rico is the player that could be the bigger savior, the bigger league winner. So do it live. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and get to some super chats in just 1 second, boys. Hang tight, and then we'll go ahead and let me grab these super chats, and then we'll maybe open the phone lines as well. Okay, let's see here. All right, first super chat is coming from my boy. Let's see here. Sorry, everything's loading slowly for me today. Got to restart my computer again. Okay, here we go. G Money, appreciate your $20 super chat. You're the man, the myth, the legend.
Alert, super chat alert.
$20 super chat. $20.
All right, G Money, appreciate you, my guy. You're the man, the myth, the legend. Hey Smitty, this team is 4-4 in a 12-man league, half PPR. Mahomes, Dart, Judkins, Hampton, Benson, Harvey, Tootin, Puka, Igbuka, Rice, Hunter, Mooney, Booty, Fannin. Trades help. Probably looking at maybe keeping Judkins, keeping Mahomes, not touching Tootin or Harvey because you won't get enough. Benson's movable to the right person, but probably not tradable. Puka, Igbuka, Rice. Not moving those boys. Fannin, love it. I don't think you got anything to move here, bro. This is a really solid squad. I think the only thing I would consider doing if this was my team would be to maybe if you can't start all 4 of these wide receivers down to Hunter and Rice, obviously, all 4 of them, I'd maybe move Hunter and Hampton preemptively now. Hunter and Benson preemptively now. Etienne is the perfect person for you to grab. Dowdle is the one that I want to get. Would I trade Hunter for Dowdle? I think I would if I needed to. Would I rather get rid of Hampton and Benson for Dowdle? Sure. Would I like Hampton and I don't know what else you have, like Mooney and Hampton for Etienne, who should be free. You've got Tootin. I like that. Could you take Tootin to the Etienne owner and give them Hunter and get an upgraded wide receiver? Sure. I think all those things make sense. Can you turn Fannin into Tyler Warren by giving up Tootin and maybe Benson? Maybe. But definitely look to Rico using Hampton, Benson, and Hunter if you need to. Or look to get Etienne without using Hunter. I don't think I'd trade Hunter with this team if I could avoid it, because I think Hunter is going to be really, really good for you. And you got bye weeks coming up. There's no reason to run away from having a oversaturated wide receiver room. And Harvey might be coming on strong enough that you're going to feel good enough using him anyway. Thank you, G Money, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Not that Harvey isn't a risky play. Drop Ollie for Kareem Hunt. I'd probably take Kareem Hunt if you need points now. I want Ollie more long-term on the year, depending on what you need. I traded Debo for Rico. I'm fine with that. Rico is the man of the hour. Trade for him. Do it live. Do it live. Do it live. I'd do that in a heartbeat. Buka for Sharps and Etienne. Not enough for Buka. Stop treating Buka, Lewis, like he's trash. Buka is a top 10 overall player, and that traded offer doesn't even respect him as a top 15 overall player. Juwan, Marks, Spears, Bam, or Troy Franklin in the flex. Probably going with Marks. I like Troy Franklin a lot, though. But let's go Marks. Woody feels like the boy to throw into the lineup, baby. Do it live. I followed Smitty and got both Etienne and Tootin as my running back two to couple with CMC to the moon. J10, appreciate you. Hopefully you made the right move. I'm always hesitant to ask when someone says, I followed Smitty's advice and I got him, and then you didn't do the trade I recommend. But I hope you did. Can I survive with Dowdle, Warren, Bill, Harvey, Marks? I mean, it depends, Thomas. If you're trying to stay completely stacked at QB, tight end, and wide receiver and scrape by, I think you can. Like, I think Dowdle and Marks are just fine right now if you're loaded everywhere else. If not, though, I don't know that you're trading those guys to upgrade anyway. But yes, you could definitely survive with that. 6 wins, trade Kyron for Chase and Rico. Jamar Chase and Rico? Of course I would take Jamar Chase and Rico for Kyron. What are you talking about? LaQuinn, that's you're not getting Jamar Chase for Kyron, let alone getting Rico as well. I mean, come on, my boy. If that's Chase Brown, you don't call him Chase. That's not his. I know that's one of his names, but you call him Chase, everyone's thinking you're saying Jamar Chase. Like, you're just gonna get into a world of hurt. If it's Chase Brown and Rico for Kyron, I still probably take that. Trade Adunze JJ Henry for Bijan Lamb. JJ Adunze Henry for Bijan Lamb. Give me Bijan Lamb. But man, that made me think for a second. Holiday dropping the 20 watt on screen. Holiday, appreciate you, my boy.
Super chat alert.
My guy. Holiday says, I traded Ibuka, Wandell, and Fannin for Rice, Sharps, and Chuba. And I also traded Kraft and Franklin for Kincaid. Kraft and Franklin for Kincaid, Otten, and Travis Hunter. I'd rather have Kraft and Franklin at this moment, but I do love Travis Hunter. I don't think that's bad. I think people are going to say it's bad because they see Kraft, they look at what Kraft just did, but I mean, Hunter's about to go drop load, so I'm fine with it. I just would have leaned the Kraft side. As for the other move, Ibuka, Wandell, and Jalen Warren, I assume, or is that Tyler Warren? You guys got to be clear. You guys are throwing out. I don't know if this is a. It's a big difference between Jalen Warren and Tyler Warren, bro. You gotta make sure you're clear. You can't say Warren. You can't say. I mean, there's so many different variants here. I'm gonna assume it's Tyler Warren. So trade Ibuka, Wandell, and Tyler Warren for Rice, Sharps, and Chuba. I'm gonna assume that's Jalen Warren. There's no way you're trading Tyler Warren. And so if it's Ibuka, Wandell, and Jalen Warren for Rice, Sharps, and Chuba, pretty damn even. To be honest, I probably lean toward the Rice Sharp side. If that's Tyler Warren, it flips it probably in that direction. However, I think Sharps could flip it back, and I love Rice a little more than Ibuka. So, you know, we'll see where it goes. But Shane, not bad. You did fine. Overall, you didn't get lambasted at all on any level. On any level. I mean, it's just a preference lean. Dynasty PPR, trade away JCM for Dowdle. Jonathan, what am I doing here? Am I not clear? Am I not doing my job? Why on earth would Jonathan ask if he should trade JCM for Dowdle when this whole show is about getting Dowdle on your roster because he's a top 10 overall running back potentially moving forward? This is a running back 1. Do we think JCM's a running back 1, Jonathan? You know you're my boy. I'm not mad at you. I'm only yelling at the topic. I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at I'm passionate. I'm passionate about the topic. But what in the heck are we doing here, Jonathan? What in the heck are we thinking? Jeez. I feel like I'm not being clear. I guess. I don't know. Drop Kamara and pick up Harvey, Marks, or Hunt. Jonathan, you go get Dowdle, young man. You get Dowdle for that. We quit our jobs. We come work for you. Drop Kamara and pick up Harvey, Marks, or Hunt. I mean, I want to get Harvey and Marks to drop your kicker. But, I mean, I try and trade Kamara before I cut him. But the answer is yes. Go get Marks and Harvey in that order. But you got to trade Kamara. You're telling me no one's going to take Kamara in a trade, even for some tiny 2-for-1 upgrade? Buka for Rico and Etienne. I have Tootin. This is an interesting trade. I'm probably going to say no by a hair just because I want, well, chat, I guess, do we take Etienne and Rico? Let's let the chat decide. I'm actually torn on this one. I'm actually starting to lean the direction of taking Rico, but I love Buka. Buka is on a bye. Doesn't matter, though. He's still coming back. You're 2-6, though. 2-6. Does he take Uncle Rico and Etienne because he has Tootin? Please vote on Lewis's question here. It's a good one at 2-2. You almost got to consider it. Bucky, White, Ingram, Booty for Nico, Chase Brown. Thoughts? Bucky, White, Ingram, Booty. Nico and Chase Brown, not even close, unfortunately, my boy. Jettas and Chase Brown for James Cook and BTJ. give me Jettas and Chase Brown going forward. I understand what Cook has done, and I believe in Cook still. But who would you drop for a kicker, Rashad? But thank you again, Tyler, for your super chat and all of your Mahomes content and Rashi Rice humor. 6-2, Lost Scattaboo, Herbie, Caleb, Nico, Worthy, Diggs, Olave, Gibbs, Judkins, Kamara. What's the play? 2 wide receivers and Kamara for a wide receiver and upgrade. Yeah, I'm keeping Puka, keeping Nico. I'm trading Kamara and Worthy, Diggs and Kamara, Olave and Kamara, keeping Gibbs, keeping Judkins, just doing what I can to get Adams, to get a potential player higher than that. I'd even consider a Dunze over Kamara. I'd even consider a Dunze over Kamara and maybe like a Mason Taylor if they need a tight end, something like that. Caleb if they needed a quarterback. Diggs and, I'd go after Adams. Kamara and Diggs for Adams. Kamara and Diggs for maybe a Dunze. I think Dunze is a high-risk, high-reward player, so that could be a good move. 3-5 trying to trade for Travis Hunter using JMO. Would you add any of Harvey, Hendy, or Tootin? I don't think I'd give Harvey or Hendy. I just believe in the value too much. Tootin, I guess I would, but at the end of the day, you should be able to get this done using something else as well, potentially. If I had to give up Hendy, maybe. I don't think I'd give up Harvey at this point in time. I do have more concerns about Vrabel than I do Sean Payton using the rookies, but I don't know. I'd try. I guess I would do it with Tootin maybe, but any one of those running backs could be a league winner if they get in there. Just so you know, you're playing with fire by trading any one of them, but you're also playing with fire not getting Hunter. So either way you go, there's a little risk. 5-3 in a 10-man PPR. Josh Allen, Bijan, Etienne, Harvey, Shars, Rice, Buka, Tet, Debo, BTJ, Gadsden, Goddard. Drop Tootin for Gadsden during the bye week. Any moves? Appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let's go Tet and maybe. Look, this is a time where I might trade Etienne away. You don't have Tootin. So go get Tootin somehow. Go get Tootin using, I don't know, Goddard for Tootin and something. I drop Tootin. Or pick Tootin up again if he's available. Pick Tootin up again. If he's still available, then grab him. But I would say, this is an interesting team. I would still entertain, even if I got Tootin, you'd have more firepower. But in this situation, trading an Etienne away with Ted McMillan for one better running back like Barkley, Henry, injured Bucky, etc. So look at that for your team. Not every team, just because I like Etienne, just because I like Dowdle, not every team's going to have the same situation. 2 options, my Adams Etienne for London. Adams Etienne for London. I'd rather have Adams and Etienne. Or my AJB Etienne and I don't know who, David Montgomery for London Harvey. I don't like any of these trades because I feel like the fair market value is on the sides of the value you're giving up. Wide receivers are Rome, AJB, Pickens, Hall, White, Monty, Bowers. I definitely think I would consider AJB and David Montgomery for London. I just don't think I'm giving up Etienne as well. Hopefully you haven't offered these or talked about them because then they don't want to back down the original idea. So you got to be careful not to offer something you're not fully committed to because then you won't be able to scale it back. It's always easier to add. London for McLaurin plus Addison. Hell no, bro. McLaurin already injured his quad again. He's kind of questionable for the next contest. We'll see. What's up, Smitty? I was offered Jettas and George Pickens for Rice. Rice, bro. I think everyone in the chat's going to agree. Rice might be top 5, bro. Overall, maybe higher. May, Dart, wide receiver, Buka, JJ, Ted McMillan, Diggs, running back, Etienne, Bill, Hendy, Harvey, Spears, currently 2-5, need to make some moves. Definitely keeping May, Buka, and JJ. I'm trading Tet or Diggs or both of them. I'm keeping Etienne. I'm trading Bill or Spears. And, of course, I would trade Pitts if I need to. I don't know what you're going to get, but this is the package I'm willing to trade. So T-Mac and Diggs for Adams, T-Mac and Diggs and Bill, T-Mac, Bill, Diggs, Bill, trying to get that Etienne for free. Then look for Tootin on waivers. Trying to trade that for, man, you could have done that for Chase Brown, a couple weeks prior. Jacobs would be interesting, bro. People are really panicking on Jacobs. They think he's sharing carries moving forward. You try it, bro. And then the other situation I think I'd look at is maybe if you can't get a running back, you start Harvey as your running back too, and you just kind of, take a big deep breath and hope it works out. But you might be able to trade T-Mac and Diggs for Pickens. You might be able to trade T-Mac and Diggs for, you've got Igbuka. Let's see here. Adams or Pickens, or maybe you could get a Ladd McConkey, maybe a Garrett Wilson coming off the bye week next week is a tempting opportunity, using a Spears and a Diggs for a Garrett Wilson, a T-Mac and a Spears for Garrett Wilson. Even a Diggs and T-Mac for Garrett Wilson's intriguing. He might be like a cutoff. London, I do that, both those for London. I do both those for injured Nico. I do obviously both of those for JJ, but you already have them. Both of those for Buka, you already have them. Adams, I love Adams. Adams is fantastic, bro. So that's where I would go with that team. Appreciate you. Buka and Diggs for Lamb. I would take Lamb. That's pretty easy. Look, you can't be all sentimental about it. You just got to make the right move. The right move's the right move, regardless. No. Hurts, running back, Gentee, Judkins, Etienne, Vidal, Woody. Let's see here. Woody for, okay, so here's the trade. Traded Nico, Kittle, Woody. Nico, Kittle, Woody for Rome, Warren, Kyron. Yes, I like it. Then traded Gainwell, JCM for Dowdle. Fantastic, bro. Unbelievable trades, Racing Boy. Unbelievable trades. 10 out of 10.
You've just been.
That's how you navigate. That's how you navigate. Look, Kittle, Dynasty, you get Warren. Huge. You get Kyron over Woody. I like Woody a lot, but I'd take Kyron still. And Nico, Rome. I don't know. Rome's not bad. This is a good trade. Rome is pretty close. I think you got a solid amount of value. QB, Hurts, Gentee, Judkins, Etienne, Vidal, Woody, Hendy, Puka, Olave, BTJ, Gadsden, Otten. What moves? 4 and 4. Probably keeping Hurts unless you could sell him for May and get a big upgrade somewhere. Like, let's say you sold Hurts for May and you were able to get, let's say, BTJ turned into Nico Collins. Like, I'd do that. Or JJ. Try that. See what it does. Would I trade bye week free Gentee, Judkins going on a bye, Etienne, Vidal? I'd probably trade Etienne or Vidal or Woody with Olave to get some sort of Nico-esque wide receiver monster. London bye week free is attractive as well. Henry bye week free. Barkley going on the bye week is interesting for like a Vidal and Olave, maybe a BTJ and Olave together for Adams, or higher wide receiver if you're to do a 2 for 2. Would I trade Gadsden? Probably not. I think at the end of the day, holding Hurts, Gentee, Judkins, Etienne, just get tootin' somehow, and holding Puka and Olave and just kind of riding out the BTJ, Keenan Allen, Booty conversation each week, depending on who's healthy, you're probably going to come back and have a good, strong, rebound. Look, Hurts wasn't playing lights out until recently. Vidal's getting into his bag. You're certainly good starting Vidal right now. You have to start him. And Puka's coming back. You had him out. There's reasons to say why you were struggling, and I think you're going to turn it around. I would rather you not trade than make a bad trade. I mean, that's like an oxymoron, but it's sometimes easier to just not trade, and then you won't fall victim to overreacting. I mean, so many times people make a trade when you're kind of wavering. It's usually better to not do it. QB, Daniel Jones, wide receiver, Tet, QJ, JMO, Etienne, Mason, Woody, tight end, Goddard, Gadsden, Fannin, 1 and 7, need help, was offered Hendy and Flacco for Daniel Jones and QJ. I don't think you could afford to go into a Flacco, right? I don't know. And Hendy's not doing anything yet, so I don't think this trade helps you at all. I'd stand down on the Daniel Jones trading and just say, like, what can I get? First of all, you got Tootin and Etienne. Bank on that. You got to. Bank on Woody. Try and trade Mason if you can. Probably can't. You probably need to bank on Fannin, even though he's going into a bye. You got Goddard, too. So trade Goddard or Gadsden. Whichever one, probably Gadsden, going to get you more with the Mason for a slight running. Oh, you need a wide receiver. So Mason and Gadsden, or QJ, Mason, and Gadsden for QJ, Mason, and Gadsden for Adams or above. Nico Drake London off, no bye week. That's your target, Drake London. That's probably the best target, Mike. But I do like Adams too. I just would give up a slightly lesser amount of player. 12-team PPR, 3 and 5. Knicks, Bijan, Etienne, Lamb, Pickens, Goddard, Sutton, Sharps, Tootin, Knight, Harvey, QJ, Theo, and he moves. Keep Bijan, keep Lamb, keep Pickens. I love them. Etienne, make sure you got Tootin, so keep that together. God, I think it's a good team. I think I'm only going to the Walker owner trying to sell him Sutton and Sharps, or just go to somebody that needs a running back. Sharps is a good sell standalone running back now. He scores a lot of touchdowns. I would go Sutton and Charbonnet for you're good at RB. You're kind of good all over. You could try Goddard and Sharps or Goddard and Sutton for Bowers and just take a big swing there. I kind of like that for your team. If not, I would certainly entertain moving Goddard still to get something. So Sutton, Goddard, and QJ. Sutton, Goddard, and Sharps for Adams or Nico or London, bye week free London, or Henry, bye week free Henry, or Barkley on a bye, banged up, people are scared, or Judkins banged up on a bye. Jordan, those all make sense. Appreciate everybody that's dropped super chats and are here tonight. Phone lines are open briefly.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Let me open the phone line. I don't think the phone line's open. All right, phone line should be open now. Let's hit these the rest of these super chats. I think there's one more right here. Cook for Genty and Bucky. My other running back is Trey Benson. Cook for Genty and Bucky. I'm fine with that. That's a lot, but if you need a change, you don't have any other running backs. I don't hate this trade. But again, don't make this trade if you've got 5 or 6 wins. If you've got 4 wins, maybe even more so 3, 2, or 1 or 0, maybe you make this move. Bucky couldn't come back on a tear. He could come back and be injured. But that's the risk you're going to have to take if you've got James Cook and you're still not winning. What else are you going to do? You're not getting more points out of James Cook than you've currently been getting. So if you can't win with that, you have to make a change. This one here from we dropping White to pick up Tracy. I think so, yeah. I don't see how you couldn't do that move. You'd have to do that move. Travis, you are live.
Hey, what's up? What's your feelings on Franklin in Detroit? You think he can become like a week-to-week flex? Or what do you think? Do you think he's going to kind of wait?
I think during this stretch of bye weeks, he's a wide receiver 3 for sure. And then once the bye weeks are over, it's going to be dependent on how he plays. If he stays in the 3 or is a 3-4, like, a flex. He's flexing to be your flex. But certainly could earn it.
Yeah, he's interesting in Dynasty, too, because he's only 22. I didn't realize how young he still is. So, if he develop, I know they signed Sutton, but Sutton's, 30 years old. We'll see if they trade for someone, though.
Yeah. Drop Hendy for Tracy. I'd rather have Hendy long-term. I'd take Tracy if I've got 2 wins, 1 win, and no running back 2. You got to take Tracy. But I'd probably drop my kicker, our defense, or whatever I've got to do to allow myself the opportunity to still keep both of them. Make a trade. You can't just cut Hendy. You got to try and outthink that. Let's see here. What else you got, Travis?
Yeah, and then on the Chiefs, what did your gut tell you? Do you think they make a trade for someone, or you think they're willing to just roll with Hunt, Richard, and I don't know, whoever else they're in?
Well, keep in mind, let me merge this call real quick. 347, just mute yourself real quickly. I'll be right with you. Just please hit mute. I think I think that Pacheco escaped a very major injury, and I mean, after they did the ACL test and he cleared, they took his knee on the bench and they pulled on it, and then the doctor slapped him on the side. He got up, he hit everybody, he's running, jumping around. Like, the adrenaline was kicking in, but it does seem like he's escaping some sort of multi-week injury. Could he sit a week? Maybe. So I think had he suffered a torn ACL, we might see them make a move. Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, those are all players that I think still could be traded at the RB position, and they certainly would be in the mix. But I don't know. I feel like the Chiefs are the one team that are like, we'll do it with what we got. You know, we got some extra mayonnaise in the fridge and a couple pieces of bread still on the counter. We're not going out for dinner. We're making it at home. Like, that's Andy Reid. And I mean, anything can happen. It would be very intriguing to see Breece Hall get traded there. But did Breece, this is the $1 million question, or the multi-million dollar if he ends up getting traded. Did Breece increase his trade value more than he did increase his likelihood of staying put? That is such a tough question to answer. He went so bazooka crazy in week 8 that we have no idea if that increases trade. I mean, it definitely increases trade value, but did it increase it beyond the point of reason to where now it's like they're not gonna trade him unless they get the world? And you know, they also have to think about they need to re-sign him. So if they are if they're not willing to pay him, they almost have to be looking at this like, this is so amazing that he did well. Now we can sell him for even more. It's a tough question to answer, though, because as a coach, you have a player that plays like that. You're like, I don't want to trade this guy. So we'll see who has and he might not have all the power of that decision. So we just don't really know. Jets are a mess right now. And he might not even be there. Aaron Glenn might not be there. So I don't know.
Yeah, the way the NFL seems to work, too, is like, unless a team is bringing him in and sign him right away, they're not giving up more than like a 4th or 5th rounder without knowing they're going to sign him, you know?
Tyler says multiple sources say Pacheco's willing week to week. I say Pacheco's week to week, not multiple sources, Tyler. I've told you that. I'm the one that tells you that, not the other sources. I don't know what you... Tyler's driving me nuts. Like, Smitty, multiple source. No, we told you that. I did an analysis live when it happened on my Instagram. Came back, talked about it immediately. I'm telling you, he's day-to-day / week-to-week. It might even potentially be more day-to-day than week-to-week, but certainly week-to-week. Trade Mahomes for Gadsden and Dowdle. I have Drake May. Oh, yeah, you probably do, but that is a tough pill to swallow, man. But, I mean, geez. I almost want to trade Drake, and I love Drake May, but I almost want to trade Drake May for that instead. But, man, that's a tough one. They're both fantastic top 5 quarterbacks, but Mahomes is going nuclear right now. Have Judkins drop Tootin for Sampson. I would rather have Tootin. And then 3 and 5 traded Jalen Warren plus Slayton for Rico and Chuba. Huge W. Huge W. Thank you for clarifying which Warren. I would have assumed the running back, but wow, what a trade. And that Mahomes trade is so tough. I mean, Dowdle, you've got to take. I mean, Dowdle's worth so much right now, in my opinion. I only pay what I need to. I was just gonna go to the other caller, but he just hung up. Not very patient of you, pal. I was right there. I was right there. Maybe he had to go to bed. Travis, what else you got?
Speaking of Drake May, would you start May or Allen right now? May's outscoring Allen every week. And what is it? Allen's against Kansas City, May's against Atlanta.
I don't know. I'd probably still start Josh Allen, but it could be one of those things where a couple weeks go by and I start going, okay. But I still believe Josh Allen is the number 1 or number 2 quarterback going forward.
Yeah, I just wonder. I don't know if it's their offensive coordinator or what, but it feels like no matter what they do, they can't get the passing game going. Like, I know Kincaid has been banged up, and he's kind of been their default number 1 this year. But, you know, if that's the case, if he's their number 1, that passing game isn't all that threatening. Like, Shakir and him are good, but
Josh Allen
just seems to stall out a lot.
He can run 2 touchdowns in a game. I don't know. When Smitty says week to week, it doesn't mean the rest of the year. Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate that. Who to start in Superflex? Need to Debo, Dart, or Dowdle? I'm going Dowdle and probably Dart. And I assume that your Superflex, scoring will also agree with that. Trade Gadsden for Rico. I think it's a really good swap. I'm fine with either one, depending on position of need. That's definitely even Steven type value. That's how much I value Rico, is Gadsden-esque value. So I'm fine with that. Drop Keon or Tez for Fannin. I would drop either one. I'd probably lean toward dropping Keon over Tez, but neither one is any sort of guarantee whatsoever. And then, Gadsden, Fannin, you now have trade bait, my guy. You can definitely use one of them. So, don't spam your question over and over, drama. So I'm going to put your question on screen and then not answer it. There's no need to paste it 7 times in a row, bro. We'll leave it there for a while. I'll consider answering it in a minute. What else is on your? What do you think about Rico? Do you think that with this news, obviously we broke it days ago, but we're just recapping it because it's buy low, time this week, and so I want to rehash what vibes I'm feeling and what player I think is the best buy low. This is one of them. So older news, but this week. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, that Rico is potentially, we won't call him a top 5 running back. So top 5, we'll put an X through that.
Yeah.
Probably not going to put him at 6 to 7. I'll say an X through that. But is he capable of this 8 through 12 range? I kind of think he is. I think that he's definitely 10.
I was going to say 8 to 12. Yep.
So this is where
because
Rico.
He's had 4 weeks of starting and he's already RB14. And yes, I understand for the doubters, he had those 2 easy matchups, but even with the easy matchup, put up 200 yards and 180 yards. A lot of running backs in easy matchups do not do it. So it's like right now he passes the eye test, and then up against Chuba. Chuba wasn't great to start the year, and I like Chuba, but Dowdle is probably as good as he is opposed to it in the past 8 days. I'm rushing him.
Yeah, I'd say Dowdle, you should trade him at like running back 13 or later if you can. Like that's kind of where the value. I mean, you can even see there's a couple people that say Dowdle is a sell high, like Matt says right here. Don't listen to Matt. Matt, put your earmuffs on. Don't listen to Matt. Matt says Dowdle's a sell high. I think there's a lot of doubt around him. There's a lot of Dowdle around him. So probably you can get him way cheaper than you think. Don't leave this live stream and start treating him in trade like a running back 1. I don't know that you need to. Let me get these super chats.
There's a lot of I was just going to say there's a lot of Chuba owners that didn't get Dowdle too, that are chiming in on that and wanting Dowdle to fail.
Yeah, and you got an anti-Panther fan making that comment, and Matt saying congrats on David Canales. Panthers are cheek, so it's a very motivated comment. All right, how do I call in when I put the number on the screen, Hayden? Thank you for the super chat. So look for it in a second. Drop Mason or Pat's D for Tracy. Yes. I would drop probably Mason, but I usually don't hold 2 Ds, but Patriots are a good D. I'm fine with dropping Mason. I probably lean toward keeping the extra positional player, I suppose. I mean, if you're not using the Pats D, that's
as long as the league doesn't afford defenses, because once in a while you get those. But
what I mean, I guess the way I put it is, if the Patriots aren't for you a defense and they're not on bye, here are your week 9 buys. If they're not on a bye, if you're not using them this week, no matter what, then they're not a defense that in your scoring or your estimation is the must start, always keep them type of defense, even through a bye week. So you probably drop your secondary buy or defense. Tracy or Henderson. If you need now production, Tracy. If you want a longer play and you want to have the more likely league winner, it would be Henderson. So you just got to pick your poison as to what you're needing. Paul, thank you for the super chat. Hurricane, thank you for the super chat. Let me see what I got here from Kenny Powers. Did I answer this? Drop Mason or? Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the trade league doesn't trade. Thank you, Kenny Powers, for the super chat. Appreciate you.
Oh, he said. He just said the pass defense is his only defense.
Well then, no. Yeah. Then keep him. There you go. There you go, my boy. Thank you for the super chat, Rudy. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Let me get these out. Drop Mason. Powers, thanks a lot, my boy. Worldwide, thank you for the super chat. Worldwide says, who do you like rest of the season? DK or Mooney? Probably DK right now. He's had 2 great back-to-back games. Mooney's only had what should be good games and hasn't been able to do it because they're erratic, the Falcons. They're both pretty decent close plays, but I'd say DK for right now. Got offered CD and Gadsden from my Etienne. Look, CD and Gadsden. I'd rather have CD over Gadsden probably. I'm sorry, CD over Etienne, and I love Etienne. But you gotta take CD and Gadsden. That's not even close. It doesn't matter what your team is. You just make a second trade if you need to move stuff around. Starters are May, Bijan, Henry, JSN, McConkey, Dunze, McBride, bench, Golden, Manungai on the bench. Starting to give up hope on Golden, as you should. He's not a well-rounded receiver. He never was going to be good. It's just very evident. I don't know why everyone wanted to buy into this thing. It was absolutely ridiculous. I was wrong about Golden. Yes. Should I drop him now? I mean, could he have good games? Yeah, you drop him, he could have 100 yards and a touchdown. You got to understand he's a speed guy. If he goes downfield and catches a football and no one's around him, he's going to take it 70, 80 yards to the house because he's one of the quickest guys on the field. But he's got to catch it. He's got to get fed it. He's got to have targets. So will there be a day where he has 100 and a touch? Yes. You'll have him on your bench even if you own him. So the answer is cut him.
Just four man's JMO today. 4-man's James Williams.
Yeah, and I like JMO. I'm certainly not cutting JMO.
I do too.
But I understand where people would that way. Start Marks or
I know the point I'm making though. Like, I'd have him like much below James Williams, and
drop
even right now he's doing.
Drop Bam for Spears. Yes, I take Spears and start Marks over Jalen Warren. Absolutely. Rudy with a $10 hauler traded London and Tyler Warren for McBride, Woody, half lap. Traded London and Tyler Warren for McBride and Woody. I don't know if I'd say. This is a tough one. I'd probably rather have London and Warren right now. I would, but maybe McBride, continues to go crazy. Kyler worries the hell out of me. The Cardinals worried the hell out of me. I love Tyler Warren as the number 1 tight end. Maybe Bowers can be my number 1. Warren can be number 2, go forward, but they're 1 and 2 for me. McBride's right there at 3, but he's volatile. Woody could be a league-winning world star, or he ends up getting JCM'd a little bit. I think it'll be the first part. I think he goes pretty much, I don't want to say crazy, but he's going to do really well. But I think I lean a little bit toward the London Warren side, but very, very arguable. Just not feeling London. I hear you, and that's why it's debatable. If London was getting fed the amount of targets he should be getting fed, and this offense wasn't strangely up and down, especially on away games. It's just like night and day. Home games, away games, they don't know what they're doing on the road. I would say that London would be a lock in the top 5 wide receivers. But I hear what you're saying. I don't mind this trade. I don't think you're taking a lap for it. I really think Woody could prove that side to be fine. I just think I would have leaned a little bit because I love Tyler Warren. I would have leaned toward hoping that London stays relatively consistent, but it's a great debate for sure. $20 hauler from Rocky. Rocky, appreciate you. Let me get these 2 out of the way, then go back to the phone line. 4 and 4, scat down. Left me with no depth, looking for a 2-for-1. Do I go my Devontae Adams for Vidal and Debo, or Dowdle and Keenan Allen, or Dowdle and Metcalf? Dowdle and Metcalf by a mile. Etienne or Gadsden, I do like that one too. That one's pretty damn good for Adams. I like that. I'd go DK Dowdle by a country mile, then Etienne Gadsden. Vidal and Debo is pretty close. I'd probably lean toward Adams on that one. But Love the second two, especially the DK one. But man, I want Dowdle bad, so that would make sense. Just know that there's risk in Dowdle. There's certainly risk in it, but he just feels so undervalued right now. I absolutely love trading for him. I'm 4-4. My team is Hurts, Bijan, Bucky, Judkins, great running backs. Jalen Warren's expendable. Woody, Buka, Garrett Wilson, Ladd, Tet. Let's trade Tet or Garrett Wilson or Kittle with Jalen Warren and get some Henry, Barkley, Kyron, Etienne, but Kyron's probably easier. JJ Monster, 1 million. Those are your targets with that combination. Obviously, the bigger the name, the more you'd have to give up like the 3 of them, and then circle back to 2 if it's the further you go down the ADP board. If you're looking at like how they would rank right now going forward. Travis, what did you think about that trade offer? Let me put it up on screen. It was what is that? It was Etienne. No, it wasn't Etienne. It was McBride. And what was it? It was Tyler Ward.
Oh, the last. It was
McBride
Woody.
and Woody and London and Warren.
London and Warren. Yeah, I mean, like you said, McBride and Warren are wash. I mean, McBride, to me anyway, McBride's obviously been going crazy. So I would say if you're good at wide receiver, I wouldn't mind taking the risk, but I would lean towards the Warren side because I like London.
Yeah, I lean toward this side. The problem is not London, it's Atlanta, but that is a problem. So
right.
I can't separate it. But I think that this is, look, Woody's a big what if, and we love it. We're all about the woodchuck, the woodmeister, the woodmaster. He's fantastic. But I think that this trade values him a little higher than his actual fair market value currently is. But it could change. It could get there. I'm not saying it won't. It's like buying a $300,000 house for $350, and it goes to $450 like within a year. You weren't in that bad of a situation. You were buying a little bit high to make sure you had it, and you got it and you secured it. You could say that there's some logic to that. Like let's say he wouldn't do any other trade, and you know Woody's going to be worth more, and he's going to go. Well, buying him a little higher on something you know you can get into that you can't get into later if you wait might still be the better move. So if you believe in Woody that much, I'm fine with it. I do think Woody could certainly be a top 12 running back going forward, but he also still holds like 50% likelihood of that, and a strong 50% likelihood, even Steven, likelihood that he doesn't come near the expectation that we want him to get. And it's the coaching, it's the decision making, it's the team, it's Stroud, he gets hurt. There's so many variables there at play, and I think you're buying him as if he already proved it and earned and locked in. But that's okay. I mean, London, we're keeping London as if he proved it, earned it, or is going to stay locked in. And so there's risk there. Like maybe London's not going to do jack crap the rest of the season. We don't know.
Yeah. And the only other thing I'll say is if you do this trade now, you're selling London like at its lowest, because I understand he can go up and down because of the situation. But remember what he did. What was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago? 150 yards, and then everyone's willing to pay more for him. Yeah, people go week to week.
If London has 100 and a touch this coming week, London's back. He's everybody's golden boy. We're hitting the Penix Jr. London video. So yeah, I mean, we're fickle too. Everybody's got a little bit of fickle Freddy in him. And sure. The truth is, like Dowdle could go out and have a bad game in this next contest in week number 9. Let's say Dowdle goes out this week and has 55 yards, 0 TDs, and 2 catches for 12 yards. Guess what? Trash. Smitty, you told me to go get Dowdle. Trash. And then the next week he could have 100 a touch, and then he's a golden boy. Just like in fairness, this is me being a totally objective person, because I think I am I know a lot of people think I'm not objective and I'm full of bias, but Harvey had 3 TDs in week number 8, but he's not getting the volume that supports this. Like, we cannot expect Harvey to be a 20-point guy yet. We're waiting on something to happen, whether that be Sean Payton to flip the switch, which this may have triggered him to lean closer to doing. But we can't walk into week 9 and say, oh, he's there. Like, there's a huge ability for him to let people down. There's also a huge ability for him to have that flip switch and have this kind of outing moving forward. Not 3 touchdowns, but the sum total of the points. Because he didn't have a lot of yards, but he had 3 touchdowns. He could have more yards and less touchdowns, and it'd be still a big day. I would say that we're sitting at maybe a 45-55 percentage chance that Harvey is going to continue to excel at a level that keeps him starting for everybody at like running a low running back 2 value. That's we're still not over the 50% hump. Maybe we're at 50-50, but we're not sitting at a 70% likelihood that Sean Payton is plugging this guy in. You got to remember, JK just had 100 yards. So being objective, I still love Harvey. This is better than where it was. This was at 5%, 95. You know, that's where it was at one point. Now it's probably somewhere around 50-50 that Harvey's getting the work that we were wanting him to get, and then he starts dominating. And keep in mind, Mark Ingram was running back 9 his Kamara's rookie year. Mark Ingram was running back 9 in fantasy, while Kamara was number 4, I believe. So Sean Payton had 2 top 10 running backs fantasy-wise. So if this is, in fact, going in the right direction, even if, let's say, it's a 60-40 split, and that's in favor of Harvey eventually, this is enough to feed Harvey high-end running back 2 production the rest of the year. So that we're not that far away from, we don't need this to be 100% of the workload. We just need it to continue to go in the positive direction. And if it does, Sean Payton's offense can produce 2 top 15 running backs in this current setting.
And you know, you look at the schedule, and it kind of favors a guy like Harvey, because you got Houston next, who's a very good defense, as we were talking about last night. And so, you know, if Dobbins struggles against them, they have Las Vegas, who stinks. But then there's KC, and then the bye. You know, and they don't have a really easy schedule. It's kind of up and down. But if Dobbins starts to struggle a little bit, and Harvey gets some more work coming out of the bye, that's when those things can flip. That's heading into the playoffs at that point. So someone to keep an eye on and stash or trade for on the low if he has if he doesn't do anything this week for whatever reason against Houston.
Yeah. Dowdle's schedule moving forward, week 9 is going to be Green Bay, so that's a tough one. We'll put underlines under the tough one. 10 is going to be New Orleans. That's a cakewalk. Circle around the cakewalks. 11 is going to be Atlanta. That's a not a impossible matchup, and game flow can certainly have some teams like Atlanta producing differently in the stat sheet, because teams are allowed to do different things against them, so it skews it a little bit. 12 is San Francisco. That's a cakewalk. 13 is LAR. That is a tough game. And then you've got a week 14 bye. And then week 15, New Orleans. That is an absolute cakewalk. Week 16 is Tampa Bay. That is a cakewalk. And then week 17 is Seattle, which is a tough matchup. But keep in mind that Dowdle, 4 really, really good matchups. 1 decent but easy to I think, handle. And then literally just the 3 tough ones. But I do believe that he's such a dynamic player. I think he can do some damage to the year. And if you look at his last 2 games before he started to lose touches, or the last 3 games, he had 4 targets, 5 targets, 2 targets. So he's getting the work. He had 3 receptions, 4 receptions. He had 1 receiving touchdown. He had 28 yards, 56 yards, and 17 yards. So very used in the receiving game when they want to. So hopefully he continues to get fed. My Jacobs for his Judkins and Tet. I'd take Judkins and Tet, but honestly, I do like Jacobs a lot, and it would depend on your record because Judkins is on a bye. But you're getting Tet, so it's not like you're left in the lurch. But I would say it depends. I really do like Judkins still. but I would take Jacob still, but I would take Judkins and Ted if you want to bank on Judkins coming back from injury, which is a gamble, but I think he's going to be okay. I think it's just a mild AC joint sprain. I'll do an update on Barkley and Judkins probably tomorrow, which we'll probably, we'll wait for some news, but if not, we're still talking about it. And I think right now the projection is Judkins on a bye, Barkley on a bye. We won't find anything new out tomorrow. So my video will be about trading for both of them on the cheap walking into the bye week. There'll be 2 of my buy lows for tomorrow's video. For tomorrow's live stream, I'll probably do a live stream in the morning. Because of the bye week, now is the time to buy Judkins. And I'm giving you my confidence level of like a 6, 7, 8, maybe 7, that he's going to be fine for the week after this week 9 bye. That means week 10 Judkins plays. That's my confidence level, 7 or 8, maybe 7 or 8. Barkley, 7 or 8. Both, there is some risk. You got to know that. Start this week, Gadsden or Tet. I'm going to go Gadsden. Woody or Sharps, I'm going to go Woody. But trust your gut, my boy. All right, Travis, hold on 1 second. Here's the phone line. Dial in to the
Call into the show.
BentonPrint.com
Call into the show.
phone line. BentonPrint.com phone line. And I know we said we're going to give away a hoodie tonight, so let's do the hoodie. We might do the glasses tomorrow on the 8 p.m. show. I know I said I was going to probably do both of them tonight. Let's do the hoodie tonight. How should we give this away? Let's go to the Patreon. Let's go to the Patreon. If you guys aren't a part of the Patreon, and I don't want you to just get the Patreon right now, $10 a month, cancel anytime, just to try and get in this, and then you're like, oh, I don't want you to feel like, oh, I got screwed out of this. So I don't want you to feel that way, but I know you're going to love the Patreon anyway. So if I were you, I would give it a try anyway, just to get the 24/7, 365 advice. But we're going to go to the Patreon and pull from the Patreon. Mute yourself real quick, caller. Appreciate you. Let's go to the Patreon. Link has been dropped in the live chat. I'm going to pin the link in the live chat right now. That's how you join the 24/7 live chat group. It's worth it anyway. But I'm going to go to the Patreon. I'm going to create a post on there. Okay, I'm going to create a post right now, and you got to comment underneath it, not outside of it. So, picking winner from this post underneath for the hoodie live on the show. All right, so what I'm going to have you do is right now put your name or just respond with anything inside the Patreon. And I'm going to give everybody about 5 minutes so they can sign up if they want to. We're giving away the yellow, where is it right here? We're giving away the yellow Spider hoodie. You get to pick your size. It's a hoodie. It's going to be this exact color. It's Spider. It's the vintage addict.shop, who is owned by Benton Print, the phone line sponsor. So Benton Print, aka the Attic. You'll be sent this yellow Spider hoodie in your size. I'll get with you in terms of where to send it and what size you want. And we'll give everybody 5 minutes to go to the Patreon. There is a post in there under general chat that says, by me, this is where you go to enter for the hoodie. Comment underneath on a nested comment, and I'll be picking.
They're not listening.
Yeah.
Posting underneath.
Hugo, you're not paying attention. D12, you're not paying attention. Let me delete both your messages. Please listen to the instructions and please read the freaking message. You guys are creating messages outside of the message. Please reply underneath. Right now we have Aldi, Nate, TM42, Hugo, Spencer, Drizzo are all entered for the hoodie. And we'll pick a random. All right. Smitty, any news on Bucky? No news, but to me it sounds like we're not going to get anything until next week, you know. Or I'm sorry, until probably until next week. I mean, we might hear something, but I think they're just going to keep it.
Do you like Dowdle or Brees rest of the season?
Quietly Dowdle, so I would rather trade Brees for Dowdle in something because I can. 2-6, 10.
Get something with Dowdle.
Yeah, for sure.
Something.
But I want that. That's what I'm leaning toward. Redraft Knicks, Bijan, Chase Brown, Olave, T, MHJ, Addison Bowers, Etienne, Pacheco, Jordan Mason, Mixon, and a number one waiver claim. Probably going to sit on this team at running back with Chase Brown and Bijan. I like Knicks. I'm fine there. Olave, T, MHJ. I love Bowers. You're a team that might be able to trade Etienne and T, Etienne and Olave. I'm trying to go get a injured Nico coming off the bye. I'm trying to get JJ on the cheap, and I don't want to hear JJ can't be had for Etienne and Olave. I know for a fact that people are pulling off lesser moves than that in droves. So you got to try Nico or JJ, or even like a Olave using Etienne might work straight up if you needed to, but I'm trying my hardest to use that Olave Etienne, that T and Etienne, or Olave and T for JJ, for Nico. I think that would be a good move for your team to give yourself a 1. All right, guys, 3 minutes left. Anybody wants to enter for the Addict.shop yellow spider hoodie? I think I have it in here somewhere. Hold on. See if I can pull.
12 people in so far.
Let me see if I can find that hoodie here. I don't know where I put it. It's not in this drawer. I'll have to find it later. But the Addict.shop, amazing yellow hoodie being given away in T-minus 3 minutes. How do you get in? You go to the Patreon. The Patreon link is right here. Join my Patreon. It's pinned in the live chat. And there's a specific message that I put in the general chat. You just got to scroll up a little bit to find it, or it might still be the number one message. Yeah. The number one recent message, and there's 13 entrants for the hoodie. 13 entrants for the hoodie. I wish I had my yellow. Right. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. It's probably in here somewhere. Let me go to the caller. Who is on the phone line? Travis and who else? Go ahead, you're live.
Yo, Smitty, this is Ricky.
What's up, Ricky?
Yo, Smitty, I'm just calling to see what's your view rest of the season. Do you rather have Debo or Keenan?
Probably Keenan. No, I don't know. Travis, what do you think? Keenan or Debo?
I'm still going Debo.
Yeah.
If
I think
85 can get healthy, that offense will be better.
Yeah, I'd probably say Debo too, I guess. This is an example of another one we'll give away next month. This is the one we're going to give away next month, the exact one. Unless the color is different, but Reptilicus. This is the Reptilicus. They might have it in a different color up on the site now, but this is Reptilicus. This is an awesome one. I love this hoodie. So I don't know where the yellow spider is. I'm trying to find it, but I can't seem to find it. What else you got, Ricky?
Yo, Smitty, would you give both of them to get Rico, or is that too much?
Nope, I'd do both of them for Rico, sure. Especially if you need a running back badly. Hold on, let me merge this call. 631, just mute yourself real quickly. I'll be right with you. Okay. Yeah, Debo and Keenan Allen for Rico. That's a cheap price, bro.
And one more thing, Brashard Smith. Like, do you view any more like value on him now with no Pacheco, or basically the same thing?
Well, Pacheco's not out of play.
Not out of play yet. I saw he was week to week, so I thought he might have been.
Well, but that could be 1 week, but
yeah,
we don't really know. I would say that I like Brashard Smith more this coming week than I would have if Pacheco were playing, sure. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. So yeah, up value for sure, but I don't know about season long.
More than Bam this week?
We don't know. Probably.
Okay.
Probably more Bam. GT, you're still commenting outside of it. He's putting not my bad now. You're creating a whole new topic. Stay inside the topic. That's key. You got to keep the Patreon clean. These outside messages are not what we want. All right. We're gonna pick a random person. Let me see if I can. Let me write all these names and put it in a hat. Go ahead. Last question, Ricky. Then I got to roll.
So you rather start Bam than Bouchard this week, or you rather start Bouchard?
Bam or Bouchard?
Yes.
Give me. We got to wait, Ricky. I don't know the answer to that yet.
Okay.
I wish I did. We just got to wait until.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Might end up being like a four, might be like a 4 rip ceiling thing. I mean, we got to see exactly what's going on with Pacheco, like Smitty said, and then see if they bring Michael Carter back to the active roster, if they leave him on the practice squad, and then after that, look at your matchup and see, okay, do I need a
all right, guys,
play or a safe play?
Guys, to win the hoodie, you got to comment under the message. It says picking the winner. It's under general chat. Picking the winner. You got to just put a dot, put a heart emoji, put a eggplant emoji. If you're not entered on there when I hit refresh here, you're not gonna have a chance to win this hoodie. But okay, here we go. Aldi got a message. I got a card for Aldi. Nate, appreciate you. We got TM42. We've got Hugo. We've got Spencer. We've got Drizzo. We've got Mile High. We've got Kenny Powers. We got Jay Stroh. We've got GT, who finally made it in there. Thanks, GT. No hard feelings. DJ is in the building. DJ, Julian. We've got a lot of entrants, man. I like this. Sketches. Racing Boy. KB. We've got Panther.
Mile High trying to get extra entries in there.
Nice try, Mile High. Panther. Aha, you're gonna get your thing removed. Your caps. Rogers. And E111. Is there anybody else that I'm missing, Travis? Was E11 the last one?
Someone's typing, so if you want to give it like 30 seconds, see if they get it under the
E11. Stop.
Cutoff.
Put it underneath. I gotta delete.
GT's typing again. Come on, GT.
Okay, E101. All right, here we go. I'm going to put them all in a hat. We're going to pick the winner right now. Got a lot of entrants here. Let's put it in a peaky hat. Yeah, let's do it like that. Drop it in. Okay, let me pull up my screen here.
Oh, Vader didn't get it inside.
Well, Vader, I'll put you in. Okay, last one.
Ooh, look at that. Get in.
Vader, you're in, Vader. All right. It's closed now. The winner of the Spider yellow hoodie hat, which is right here. Yellow hoodie. Is make sure there's one in my hand. Caps. Congratulations, Caps. You won the hoodie, pal. Caps, I'll DM you on Patreon, so just check your DMs tonight on Patreon, and I'll let you know, my guy. What we're gonna do is we're probably gonna give away the first pair of glasses via the Instagram post that I put up, and then the second pair is gonna go to a Patreon member. Same way. So we got a pair of two pairs of glasses we're giving away this month, or maybe even every month. So we're gonna get the first pair will be the Fallout glasses from our peeps.
The Gunner Player of the Week, brought to you by Gunner.com.
So the Fallout glasses will be the ones we give away first, and then we'll give out probably another pair of Fallout. We'll probably do Fallout this month. Gunner.com, Gunner Player of the Week. Did we vote on who the Gunner Player of the Week was?
Oh, I don't know if we decided.
Is it Rico? Is it Woody? Maybe it's Rico. Does everybody want Rico to be the Gunner Player of the Week, or do we want Woody? Caps.
Rico's not a bad one.
Rico could be fun. Let's put Rico there unless he gets replaced. So Gunner Player of the Week is going to be
the Gunner Player of the Week,
the Dowdle
brought to you by Gunner.com.
The Dowdle. Don't dawdle the Dowdle. 15% off using code Smitty if you don't want to try and wait for the giveaways. Honestly, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to have two different pairs of Gunners. So here's the link I'll put in the live chat. If you want to get a pair of Gunner glasses like your boy Smitty, these blue light blocking monsters, just hit this link that I'm going to pin in the live chat right now. This link will insert code Smitty for you. 15% off. Get your Gunner glasses. Boom, there's the link. So get your Gunner glasses. I'm telling you, having multiple pairs is beautiful anyway. So just grab a pair. But we'll be giving away a pair tomorrow night on the 8 p.m. show via the same process, the Patreon. All right, hold on. Ricky, did you have anything else, pal?
I think that was about it, Smitty. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Smitty.
Yeah.
One more thing. I have Bowers and Gadsden on the same league. If I can't make a trade this week, which one would you start?
Bowers and Gadsden?
Yeah, I already have Genty on that team, if that matters.
I think you go Gadsden for now, maybe, until we see how healthy Bowers is. If some report breaks where it's like Bowers is 100% uninhibited, he's eating cans of spinach on the sideline right now on a bike, and he broke the bike, and you see him riding on the field on the same bike he's supposed to be riding in place, that kind of stuff, we shove him out. But right now, I think Gadsden's earned it.
Okay, bet. Appreciate you.
All right, later. All right, let's go to 631. You're live.
What's going on, Smitty? It's Sketches.
What's up, Sketches?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, pal?
What's going on? So I had a super flex question for you. I just made the trade. I wanted to get your opinion on it, if you don't mind. So it's a 10-man super flex. I actually drafted fairly well in that league. I'm 5-3 in there. I got Mahomes, Etienne, Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, Igbuka, Zay Flowers, Ted McMillan, Stafford. Bench, I got McBride in there too. Then I got Fields, Isaiah Davis, Rashad White, Quentin Johnson, all them on the bench. But I just traded Stafford, Ted McMillan, and Chase Brown to get Josh Allen, Woody Marks, and Hendy to get the combo of Mahomes and Allen. That's my two quarterbacks.
This is in the Superflex?
This is a Superflex league.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you crushed it. Josh Allen.
Right, I think so.
Yeah, I'd rather have Josh Allen over all of this in a super.
Right, and I got, I think Marks will, kind of be similar to Chase Brown down the stretch.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it could be. Yeah.
And so I had people in the league like they're like saying that I got the worst end of that. I was like, you guys are crazy, man.
Yeah.
They always say that.
Yeah, having Mahomes and Allen in there, I think it's gonna be hard to beat me in that one.
Yeah. Michael, you already missed it, but for tomorrow, we'll be giving away the glasses tomorrow, the blue light blocking glasses tomorrow. But I'll let you know when the time is. I'll put a message up. You can see general chat. You just go into the general chat. Hang tight real quick, my man. 1 second. Mute yourself real quick, caller 224. I'll be right with you. Okay. All right. Anything else? Sketches. Nice team, by the way. Very good team. Very good.
I appreciate it. I had one more quick question. This is for actually I had Rice save my. I was going crazy in the Patreon yesterday. I had Rice save my week, possibly my season. But I have this is 12-man, just PPR regular, not super flex. I have Lamb, Rice, and Jefferson as my receivers. I just traded Judkins and Debo for Justin Jefferson and Stevenson. I'm a Hendy owner, so my running backs are a little limited right now. So I was wondering, because I have a lot of running backs that are like I'm waiting to kind of pop off. I have Bucky. I'm waiting for him to come back. And then I have Monangai, Harvey, Hendy, Brashard Smith, Isaiah Davis. I was wondering if you think I should drop any of them and maybe pick up Tootin or I don't know if there's anyone else on here that's maybe Bam Knight, but that would only be for a week.
I definitely like Tootin. Who are the worst 4 players you have on your entire team? Any backup tight ends, backup? I mean, just give me your 4.
I have Kraft and Gadsden, but my running backs are Hendy, Stevenson, Charbonnet. I also have Tez Johnson as well, but
Tez,
Charbonnet.
Tez.
Drop Tez?
I mean, what do you do?
Also,
you gonna trust him again after last week?
The only issue I have is that's my 4th receiver. I would only have 3 receivers left, and week 10 I would have Rice and Lamb both going to be on bye week.
You don't sit
unless I could just scoop somebody that week.
You don't sit Rice ever. I don't care if he's on a
bye.
No,
not sit Rice. He's going to be on bye.
I don't care. You put him in. I'm cutting bro. Worry about that problem when you get there. Grab Toot.
Worry about it then.
Yes.
So you would keep Monangai and like.
What did I just say? What did I just say? Sketches. You want me to say it 5 times? Yes. All
right. You can get a receiver like that on a bye week.
All right.
I hear you.
All right, Sketches.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you. All
right, no doubt.
All right. 224. You're live.
Oh, that was awesome. What's up, Smitty? It's KB.
What up? What's up, KB?
All right, so I'm in win now. I'll try to keep it shorter. So I got guys that I got to trade away that are on buys. If I could just give you 4 guys, it's Quidshaw, Judkins, Brees, Babuka, and Garrett Wilson. And the owner I'm trying to make a trade with has Rico, and 2 other pieces I like are Jamar Chase and Rocky Rice.
All right, Judkins, Hall, Garrett Wilson, and who?
Babuka.
Okay, and then the players you want were Rice and who?
Rico Dowdle.
Rico Rice
and Jamar Chase.
Okay, Rico Rice and Chase. Okay.
Yep.
So you just want to cook up a deal for one of these guys, 2 of these guys? Like, what are you trying to like? Who are you wanting? Because Rice is going to be almost impossible to get. Chase is going to cost you an arm and a leg. You're going to have to give up Buka and Hall, and I don't even know if that will work. You have to give up Judkins and Garrett, or Judkins and Buka, and does this guy have all 3 of these players? It's on one team.
Yeah, I'm looking at one of the teams.
So like you could do like a maybe, I don't know if Chase would be more expensive than Rice. He might be actually still, but I don't know. Like Rico and Rice for Buka and Judkins, or Hall and Buka. Like, I don't think he's going to do that. But I mean, of course I would love. Would I trade all 3 of Hall, Garrett Wilson, and Buka for Rice and Rico? Yeah. I probably would. I mean, I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. You're trying to trade for 3 players that have tremendous value but Rico. And so if
Those
you're
are just three pieces I'm interested in. I want to see
Yeah,
where you're at.
I think
Obviously, I know the show, it's a Rico show. I get that.
I would trade Garrett Wilson for Rico straight up if I needed to, honestly. But I'd try and get more. Or I'd get something more with Rico for Hall. If I was just to go
A little
down,
more on the a little more in the situation. They're low on running backs, and I have other pieces I could give them. Like I could throw in either a Woody Marks or a Vidal with Judkins to try and get something like not just for Rico, but I have depth there, and I need to win now, so I can't have these guys on my bench.
You can't have all the, what do you say that last part one more time?
Well, I'm just gonna have someone like I'm gonna have either Woody Marks, RJ Harvey, or Vidal, like on my bench when I need a win. So I'm trying to just get rid of depth almost, and they need depth.
So maybe Vidal and Garrett Wilson would be the most attractive players. Vidal and Garrett Wilson, or Garrett Wilson and Hall. I'm looking to trade those combos. Would I trade Hall, Garrett Wilson, and Vidal to get Rice? Sure.
Right.
Like in a surplus environment, sure. But I don't know. I'd give up any one of these three, Hall, Garrett Wilson, and Vidal for Chase or Rice. I'd give up. I think Vidal and Rico are close. I'd rather Rico. I think Garrett Wilson and Rico are close. I think you could get more. I'd rather have Rico. I think Hall and Rico are close, but you can definitely get more with Rico if you give up Hall. Judkins injured. Don't even try trading him. Buka's on a bye, struggling with, I think he'll bounce back tremendously, but don't try and trade him low. I mean, that's the best I can do is tell you there's combos here you can try and put together, but it would be Hall, Garrett Wilson, Vidal.
Yeah, I just wanted to pick your brain on it. Those are guys I had buys, and I just need to get rid of them if I want to have a chance. I have to win every game. So it was a hard spot, but appreciate it, Smitty.
Yeah, what are you coming away with? What's the idea you're going to go attack? Let me see if I approve it. What are you thinking?
Well, if I want to go, I'm going to try to lowball him for Rashee Rice. I'm going to see who he likes more between Rice and Chase, and try to start with Chase. Maybe give him like just Garrett Wilson, Brees, and work from there.
Yeah.
And then maybe go after Rico later, because I don't want to, overindulge.
Well, going after Rico later, I don't know if that's going to work if he has a good game, bro.
Not later. I mean, I'm not going to start the offer with Rico.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right.
All
Yeah,
right.
call back
Smitty.
when you
I'll
got
be there
something.
for the sunglasses tomorrow.
All right, man. Call back when you got something more solidified. All right, later. Nick says, is Sampson and Bigsby worth a pickup on their buys? Nick, context matters. It depends on who you're cutting. I have no clue. In general, yeah, but it depends. 1-7 this year has been rough. Just here to show some love to my boy Smitty. Thank you, Stiffy. Stiffy, you need to play in more leagues than one. Like if something like I play in like 7-8 leagues, and I definitely have 2 leagues where things are bleak. Like everyone does. Like you can't just play in one. You got to figure out how to play more leagues, bro. That way,
I have 1-7 league.
Yeah, you can't get taken out, on one league like that. Even 2 leagues is not enough. You need to play like 3 or 4, and they don't have to be like $100 entry fees. You can do all kinds of $20 leagues on the Patreon. People are creating leagues all the time. All right, Travis, final thoughts.
Yeah. Is Nico? If you're trading away Nico, is Dowdle enough, or you're trying to get a little more, right?
You can get Dowdle and Adams for Nico.
Okay.
Or for Rico. Sorry. Dowdle and Adams for Nico. Dowdle is not like I was trying to warn people when they were watching the show. Don't walk away from the show thinking Rico's a high-end running back one. Smitty said so. And then you're buying him at that level, then there's no room for any wiggle room. Like, you got to buy him at his current value.
All right. And then to pick up Tracy, would you drop Benson or Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones.
Or would you stick with
What's Aaron Jones going to do? I don't know. I'd rather have Benson coming off the injury. There's no one really there to. Bam Knight's nothing. I'd bank on Benson.
Right. Yeah. Last thing I was going to ask you was just in general, if you were trying to trade for Hendy, like what's the most you're giving up in terms of a? I don't know if you have an example of a player, just so I can have kind of a baseline to use to go after him. Like, would you give up Spears and Brashard Smith for Hendy?
Spears and Brashard Smith for Hendy, absolutely.
And how hard would you be trying to go after Monty if you had Gibbs and you were a playoff team?
I mean, give me a couple names. I mean, it depends. Hard to say.
I don't know. I'd have to look. It's something you'd want to do if you could afford to, basically, right?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how deep my team was. If I had Dowdle and Harvey and Charbonnet, and I felt really good about my backups, I don't know that I'd be, extremely worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just be transparent. It's in March, man. I'm sick and happy about making a trade. And I have Javonte with blue, I have Gibbs, and then my backups besides that are Ollie, Krosky Merritt, Richard Smith, and Spears.
Yeah, I mean, I give up a lot of depth. Like, let's say I had DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Addison, even, who I like a lot. But if I needed Monty and I felt strongly about getting that situation cuffed up, I'm fine with that. Flowers, Debo, I could do any of that for Monty. I could trade any of that for Monty without batting an eye.
What about Krosky Merritt?
Sure, Krosky Merritt's almost drop worthy at this point. It's not his fault, but it is what it is.
It's like, I like Monty, and I like, obviously we know what he can do, but they're not doing like a ton of power running schemes so far this year, and he hasn't been getting the carries he had last year. So like, not much of a split. Gibbs is the guy, so I'm just kind of trying to judge Monty's value. That's all.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right. Later, Travis. Appreciate you. Later.
Thanks. Bye.
Superflex limit of 5. Oh no, we got a $20 hauler here from. I bought the Gunners. He bought the Gunners. He got the Gunners. Look at him. Look at him doing it live. $20 hauler. Love it. What one are those? What Gunners are those, bro? Which ones did you buy? They look like
Alert. Super chat alert.
Which ones did you get? Code Smitty. Have Dak, May, CMC, Kyron, Hall, Harvey, Sharps, Benson, CD, Nico. Love the team. Nico, very underrated right now. People are mad at him. Nico's a great buy low. I see a couple of you talking about trading Nico. Make sure you're selling high in the chat. Don't be doing no nonsense. Nico is coming off he's buy out of the way, coming off a concussion. People are pissed off at him. Stroud finally looked good. Don't sell Nico cheaply. Keep CD, keep Nico, keep Ladd. Love it. McBride, Gadsden, we're trading one of those guys potentially. Drop Franklin for Godwin. Why would you drop Franklin coming off a 2-touchdown game and looking better and better? Godwin's nothing right now, bro. We don't know what Godwin's gonna be. Yeah, I could care less about Godwin right now. He's got to hit a severed ankle, bro. He's not gonna ever come back and be the same. He's gonna continue to struggle. He's dealing with. I like him. I mean, would I pick him up? Sure, but not dropping Franklin. Like, would I drop a Tez? Yeah, sure, like something like that. What do we do with your team? Drake, May, Dak. You could trade one of your quarterbacks. Trading Dak right now is not easy, though. So you might have to wait, but I probably don't want to trade May. So May, CMC, Kyron, Hall, Harvey, Sharps, Benson, CD, Nico, Ladd, Franklin. Love the team. I'm trading Hall and Gadsden or Hall and McBride for one monster. One absolute savage, JJ type player. I almost say Kyron, and Kyron might not be enough. Etienne. That's where I'm taking this thing, bro. Love the squad. Love the squad. CD Nico. Imagine CD Nico. I don't know if you could start 4 wide receivers, but CD, Nico, Ladd, and JJ, and McBride. I think you got to use Gadsden right now. The value's never higher, and you have the opportunity to sell. I don't mind keeping Gadsden and selling McBride, though, especially if McBride can get you more. All right, I think that's about it. Guy doesn't have Adams, unfortunately. I don't know. I read something you were talking about a trade, and I don't quite remember what it was. I think you were the one trying to get rid of Nico. Just be careful, bro. Don't go trading Nico for nonsense. I think what it was is I said Adams and Dowdle or something, probably along those lines. Like, I love that idea. If he doesn't have Adams, is what you're saying. It would depend, on what other player he can get, but do not sell Nico for less than top 14, 15 overall value, because that's what you can get. Maybe not from everybody, but you can't sell low. Let's see here. You skipped my question, good sir. I don't see, if you're talking about like a super chat, I don't think. I don't, oh, did I? All right, my bad. Limit of 5 running backs. Drop Etienne. I guess I did. I was reading it and then I moved on. I'm sorry, individual. Thank you for dropping that again to remind me. Limit of 5 running backs. Drop Etienne or Tootin when Bucky's back. You can't. I mean, I don't think you were here for the beginning of the show. I just said you got to have both of them, and not to mention Etienne is a good buy low right now. They're going to cut him. I mean, I don't know, bro. Limit of 5 running backs, it becomes hard. And for you, I would say you're the one person that should try and concoct a trade. And when Bucky comes back, well, let's hope Etienne has a big day. You could trade him. Because you're definitely in a 5 running back limit, which is ridiculous. I would not play in a league like that, by the way. That's trash. That's trash. Limit how I construct my team. I just hate that. You can't play an Etienne Tootin game in a 5 running back capacity league. So you do have to trade Etienne. I guess I would cut Tootin if that day comes, if Etienne exits week 9 looking like the guy. If Etienne exits week 9 and Tootin out touches him, then you got to make that decision based on that. But I think you were hoping you're hoping Etienne explodes. You could sell him high because in a 5 limit running back roster, you can't hold both of them. I mean, you could. It depends on your situation. Limitations. Hold my hand. Tell me what I can do with my team. I hate that. Absolutely hate that. All right. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you for the love and support. We need 2 more subscribers to get to 37,400. 37.4K. We're at 37,398 followers or subscribers on the YouTube channel. We just need 2 more to hit 37.4K. Smash it. It amazes me that people watch without subscribing and they religiously watch. Like, subscribe, help the channel, and it also gives you more insight and alerts as to when we're live. But please hit that subscribe button. We just need 2 of you. We need 1 more of you. 1 more of you.
Hit that subscribe button if you're new and wipe your feet at the door.
Hit that thumb button on the way out. Smash that thumb up button on the way out. Do it live. I'll see you all later. Appreciate every single one of you. Travis mods. All my mods. All 37,000. Almost 400 of you waiting for that one last subscriber. Don't forget to join the live chat Patreon 24/7, 365 live chat group. That's where we're giving away the Gunners tomorrow in the live chat. So smash this link. Boom. Hit it. Do it live. Hit that link. Join the Patreon. Join the revolution. We still need that 1 more subscriber. It's a little bit delayed, like a 5-10 second delay on updating the numbers. So I'm sure we'll see 2, 3, 4 come in real quickly. Get to the chopper. Do it live. Get down. Don't forget the Gunner Player of the Week. Get down.
The Gunner Player of the Week. Brought to you by Gunner.com.
15% off. Use this code right here from Gunner.com to get that 15% off and buy you a pair of Gunners. Get Gunner glasses right here. Boom. Smash that link. Do it live. See you all later. 37,000. $400. 37,400. Congratulations. Appreciate every single one of you. Do it live. Do it live. Do it live. All right. See you tomorrow. Thank you all.